On average, men rate themselves a 5.9 out of 10 when it comes to attractiveness. So before I really get into it, I would like to know your all scores of yourself out of a 10. Obviously, let me rate Bobo for everyone. I'm going to do a solid 7. Solid 7. Again, because I appreciate the effort.
Really?
Agreed.
Effort goes a long way with you.
I'd even give him an 8.
Okay.
8 for effort.
Great. 8 for effort.
I just like that the average way a guy rates himself. It sounds like the average penis size. Is that how guys are rating themselves?
I think they misunderstood the question. Yeah.
How attractive are you? I'm about 5 or 6.
Yeah. You're like, that seems like a solid amount.
Yeah.
Although, don't most guys say an 8? Or does that scare women off a little bit?
It depends on if they're answering truthfully.
I was going to say, if they actually
Every
think
guy
they have a
says 10.
chance and someone will actually eventually see it, they got to be careful.
True. So, Steve, what would you say you are?
I'd say I'm about a 6.
Okay.
I think I'm okay.
Wait, Lubi just made a surprised face. You don't agree?
You think I'm a 4?
Oh, that's
Don't give them that charity.
You're literally speaking like their mother. No, my boys are beautiful. Bobby.
My mom never said that.
Bobby, how would you rate yourself?
Yeah, I don't really like to do numbers. I like to call myself like a speculative stock, where it's a high risk, high reward. You know, this could end up going really well for you. It could end up being very horrible for you.
You should literally put that. I said literally. You should put that on I think that would actually work.
You
like
have
a
for
Tinder.
sure put
looks
that on a
good.
dating
Yeah,
profile.
I like that.
I just had to Google term for extremely risky stock, so I promise you I didn't put that in a dating ad.
That's why I need it. So, are you surprised that the number was where it's at? Knowing you, I would say that you're probably surprised by that. You probably thought that men overall have an inflated sense of self and would rate themselves higher than a 5.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you thought. Yeah.
It's sort of like when men think how much they can bench press. It's like always more than they think they can do. Turns out 41.9% say they're happy with the way they look. I thought it would be more because I thought that the lack of caring comes from a sense of security.
Well, how much again? At 49%?
41.9%.
I would say that's relatively low, yes?
Say they're happy. Exactly, yeah. You might call it a midlife crisis, but that number is even lower among men between 36 and 45 years old. 37.1% of respondents rated themselves below a 5.9 average. 40% say looking in the mirror is the top cause of their body insecurity issues.
I don't have a mirror. I've got one of those, medicine cabinets, but that's about it. That helps.
I do wonder though if it's all the media, men. Let me know if it's all those superhero movies, if it's Chris Pratt's abs. What is it that makes you feel shitty?
I see, boy, you just love the misery of others, don't you? Particularly men. Well, you're onto something, because back when magazines were still a thing, Men's Health, for whatever reason, I never got this, was hugely popular. Beat all the lad mags out all to hell. It was like the #1 men's magazine, and it was always invariably black and white photos of shirtless dudes.
Yeah. And
they said that you could you could see the lowering of men's overall attitude about themselves as the popularity of Men's Health increased. Every month, different dude with the abs. And so it's starting to become like women when they would complain about the girls on the cover and all that. It's happening to guys too.
But again, you don't want to see a tubbo on the cover of Men's Health, right?
Mannequins at sporting goods stores
are
terrible.
How do you feel when you have to dress them, Bobby?
I mean, it's always fun. I like to make a big deal out of it and try to make everybody else feel awkward by how into it I am. But they are so jacked, both men and women. Like, the women's mannequin are more jacked than some of the dudes I know that lift all the time. And then they sent us fat mannequins, and we're like, well, no, those people need to see what they look like in their clothes too. And it just feels like I wouldn't do that because I don't want to think, oh, I'm fat, I'm going to look like that mannequin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Without
like,
a doubt.
it's almost backfiring.
Also, some of that athletic fabric does not look good on the extra weight. So if you're then seeing you're like, oh, I don't want that spandex material. I'm going to stick to the cheap cotton option.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
sometimes you have a fat manager who annoys you and you go, oh, look, they brought the Allison mannequins in.
You're just using a real name. That's so shitty.
I love it. I got to get Allison on a subscription.